Hello, and welcome to the release of Thomson Reuters Regional Law Firm Brand Indexes for 2022. Today, we're releasing the results of our law firm brand indexes for 5 major markets: the US, the UK, Mainland Europe, Canada, and Asia Pacific. Earlier this year, we released the Thomson Reuters Global Elite Law Firm Brand Index, which is a big picture, worldwide view of the legal industry. The regional indexes that we're releasing today are a closer look at the competitive landscape and key trends developing in more specific markets. Each region around the world is unique and different from one another, and what it takes to build a successful law firm brand can vary dramatically from region to region. When we look at a law firm's performance in the regional indexes, we're looking at a combination of important metrics. First, we look at 2 core brand measures: a law firm's ability to generate top-of-mind awareness with buyers in a region, and how many buyers tell us they're favorable to a firm. We also look at the firm's ability to attract premium work, specifically top-level litigation and top-level deals. And finally, we look at how strong the relationships are with these firms by assessing how many buyers in that region, or with a high volume of work in that region, consider a firm to be their most used. In short, we designed these regional indexes to track how well law firms are aligning with clients in different regions as those clients' needs evolve. So, before we look at each region's results, let's recap on the 2 themes that emerged globally. First, the booming M&A market. 5 of the firms growing their brand positioning globally saw an above-average growth rate in their consideration for multi-jurisdictional deals. You soon will see this same trend is true on the regional level. Firms growing their regional brand positioning saw noticeable increases in their consideration for top-level deal work, a key metric that's used to calculate each of the regional indexes. But ability to handle these premium deals is not enough to stand out in the market, which brings us to the second macro trend we saw in the global results. Favorability and the ability to grow your favorability with buyers was a critical driver of improving performance in 2020 in the global landscape. And not surprisingly, you'll see this is in the regional markets as well. After all, it's that favorability, that ability to grow a client's emotional investment in you, that makes them come back to you time and time again, that really cements a firm's brand in the market. And it's here where we start to see the power of the regional brand indexes, because buyers in different regions have different expectations and preferences when selecting their outside counsel. So let's dig into each of the Thomson Reuters regional law firm brand indexes for 2022. The firms who have come out on top in this year's law firm brand index for the US are demonstrating they can keep pace with the rapidly changing expectations of the high demand legal buyers in this region. For the first time, Latham & Watkins steps into the #1 spot in the US brand index. Not only does Latham & Watkins generate the most top-of-mind awareness with US-based clients, it's also the one that is most frequently named as the firm US buyers use the most for their high-value work. Congratulations on this impressive performance. Now, the change in the #1 position isn't the only shakeup we're seeing in this year's US brand index. 2 firms have entered the top 20 for the first time in 2022. This year, we welcome Alston & Bird and Winston & Strawn to the US top 20. Alston & Bird climbs 16 positions from its rank last year to land in the #10 spot. And equally remarkable is Winston & Strawn's increase of more than 20 to land in the 16th spot. Both firms have broken into the upper tier of this index by leveraging their strong regional reputations into a presence that has resonated with clients on a national level. And while there's been a lot of movement in the US rankings this year, there are also a number of steadfast performers solidifying their brand strength. Kirkland and Ellis at number 2, Skadden at number 3, Baker McKenzie at number 4, and Sidley Austin at number 5 all join the top 10 of this prestigious list for the 11th year running. The UK market is also seeing a new market leader when it comes to which law firms are building the strongest brand positioning in the minds of buyers. Clifford Chance tops the UK Law Firm Brand Index for the first time, climbing from ninth place last year and improving its index score by an amazing 44 points. Clifford Chance generated more brand awareness with UK buyers and, continuing with the same themes we see in leaders across other regions, is also standing above other firms when it comes to consideration for top-level M&A work. Also showing a strong performance in the UK market and holding on to its number 2 position for the second year in a row is Evershed Sutherland. Evershed Sutherland is frequently considered the most used for high-value work by UK buyers and is the number 1 firm used for inbound legal work coming into the UK with buyers based outside of the region. Rounding out the top 4 are 2 other firms who have also improved their ranks over the last year. CMS steps into the number 3 spot in the 2022 UK Brand Index, climbing the list by becoming UK buyers' most favored firm. And Herbert Smith Freehills jumps to number 4, the firm's highest ranking in the last 8 years. The theme in the UK is clear. Buyers are gravitating to those firms with a strong reputation for handling high-level work and can combine that unmatched technical expertise with a genuine client-focused approach to providing solutions. As we move out of the shadow of the pandemic, clients in mainland Europe have begun to place less emphasis on traditional historic relationships and are gravitating towards those law firms that they see as having unrivaled technical acumen and how to apply this knowledge in a business-savvy manner to clients' strategic challenges. The top 3 firms in the Mainland Europe Brand Index are prime examples of leveraging a global network in this business-focused manner. For the 4th year running, Baker McKenzie takes the top spot in mainland Europe. In addition to its ability to connect European buyers to the rest of the world, Baker McKenzie has also steadily been increasing its reputation for client focus and ability to handle important work. While that number 1 spot has seen little change, new firms are rising in the ranks and changing up the landscape. Clifford Chance rises to the number 2 spot in 2022. And Allen and Overy climbs 3 positions to land in the number 3 position. And breaking into the top 20 for the first time is Skadden, whose rise up the ranks has been fueled by a booming M&A market and the firm's strong reputation for handling the most top-level deals around the world. Different than other legal markets, the Canadian market is a highly concentrated one, and change in the law firm brand landscape, while possible, is not particularly frequent. Counterintuitively, though, the less frequent changes in the Canadian Law Firm Brand Index is not because buyers in this market aren't changing. Canadian buyers' expectations of firms have shifted fairly significantly over the last year. Clients are placing a much greater emphasis on the value of practical business advice and the ability of lawyers to bring a more holistic approach to solving client needs, rather than, say, specialty expertise. And it's clear that the market leader, who has held this position for 7 consecutive years, is able to evolve right along with clients' changing preferences. Blake's once again tops the Canadian law firm brand index and earns the distinction of being the firm most favored by Canadian based clients and is also considered the firm that these buyers use the most for their high value work. The next three firms at the top of the index, McCarthy Tétrault, Osler, and Norton Rose Fulbright, have also held onto their positions from last year. And finally, joining the top 10 for the second time in 2022 is Bennett Jones. Bennett Jones boasts its strongest position yet in this index, landing in the number 9th spot. One of the big strategic challenges driving legal demand in the Asia Pacific region are the changing complex regulatory environments in which global clients are operating, which of course is further complicated by the continued fallout from the pandemic. Asia Pacific based general counsel are looking for strategic partners who can help identify and manage these challenges across boundaries. Given this priority, it should be no surprise that Baker McKenzie regains its top position in the Asia Pacific Law Firm Brand Index by being well situated to deliver on both the need for global and local legal support. King & Wood Mallisons and Herbert Smith Freehills rank number 2 and number 3 respectively. Both had very strong showings. King & Wood Mallisons generated the highest levels of brand favorability and also was used more by clients for high-value work than any other firm in this year's index, a position driven by the firm's strong reputation with Australian and Chinese buyers in particular. Similarly, Herbert Smith Freehills remains a steady leader in this market due to the firm's ability to combine quality, specialist knowledge, and a real commercial focus. Interestingly, the biggest mover of this year's Asia Pacific Index was Clifford Chance. The firm climbed 11 positions to reach the 7th place ranking. Over the past year, Clifford Chance has positioned itself in the sweet spot of having a reputation for incredible technical specialty, along with a coordinated, consistent global promise. If you'd like to learn more about where your firm sits in any of these regional brand indexes, or if you want to talk about how your firm can be better aligned with changing market dynamics to be more strongly positioned in the eyes of buyers, please get in touch.